Hello again, everyone. This is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. How you doing today? Hope that this video finds everybody doing well. Share a cup of coffee with me. Oh yeah, I really do love my morning cup of joe, and double that in the afternoon. As said earlier, hope that this video finds everyone doing well. Waiting for a phone call from Steve. And today we're going to talk about how to cut corners on eating out. I didn't say not eat out. I said cut corners. This way you could have your cake and eat it too. And we'll be right back. Thank you so much for sticking around because I really do appreciate your time. We're talking today with Steve, who's actually on the line. We'll be with him in a minute. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Janet.
Okay, we'll be back to him in a minute. But first, I'd like to mention a couple of things. Many times in our efforts and endeavors to want to save money, and we really do have great intention in mind, sometimes you just feel like, well, gee, must I never go out to eat dinner or go out to have breakfast? Must I always feel deprived? And that's exactly the purpose of this show today. No, that is not true. You can incorporate savings and still have literally your cake and eat it too by dining out. And when I get back to Steve, we're going to talk just about that. Be right back. Hello again. There was a time that I actually resided in the state of New Jersey. And to let you know, Jersey happens to be one of those states that has a whole bunch of great diners. That I could tell you factually. And sometimes I actually really miss them despite the fact of being here in New York City. You would think that New York had a whole bunch of diners. There are a few. But I have to say, the state of New Jersey, don't get mad, New York, the state of New Jersey has much more variety in diner food. And I personally love to go to diners. Why? Number one, they're reasonable. And number two, you can cut corners in a diner. Hi, Steve. So how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. So I'm just holding the phone to the camera. We're talking about diners and cutting corners, okay? I have found in my experience at a diner that timing could be everything. It just really matters when you get to the diner, but we'll talk more about that with Steve in a little bit. Also, you need to be prepared. Nowadays, all you have to do is go online and you could find out the menu of your favorite restaurant of choice. This kind of information empowers you to be ready so that you're not arriving there like, huh? What? Like in shell shock over the prices. This way you could do a price comparison online. So never forget that you do have that option. So Steve, tell me, I'm not going to mention your exact location because I don't think that's the right thing to do. But tell me something. I know you're here in the United States. But the thing is this, Steve. Do you know of any tips or tricks? For example, those all-you-can-eat buffets? Is there some way that we could approach getting around those?
Well, when it comes to an all-you-can-eat buffet, what I will say, to save a little money, definitely check out your senior specials, early bird specials, and things like that. Also, when you go in and you order what you want to get, when they ask you what is your beverage, consider ordering a water with lemon or lime rather than paying that $2.49 price tag or higher. That right there will help you save a little money. Also, one other tip that I like to throw in as well. A lot of people, when they order, this is not necessarily an all-you-can-eat. This is on a side note. When you go into a restaurant, say something along the lines of a Chili's or Ruby Tuesday, most people like to order a salad bar. Consider this: before you order a dessert, look and see what's on the salad bar. A lot of the time, there's some type of sweet item up there, vanilla pudding, chocolate pudding.
You're right.
Maybe some rice pudding or bread pudding. You just never know. Consider that. Oh, or maybe applesauce. Consider something like that as a dessert rather than paying $5 and above for a dessert.
Wow, you know what? Doing that is actually an incredible savings. And when we get back, we're going to talk about the strategy that a lot of all-you-can-eat places use. And yes, there really is a strategy. And we can also use that at home. We'll talk about that when we get back. Once again, thank you so much for sticking around. I really do appreciate your time. And Steve is holding on. And you know, there really is a strategy when it comes to the layout of an all-you-can-eat restaurant buffet. You know, I don't know if it's my imagination, but I have noticed a whole bunch of carby things like fillers, like rice, like pasta, things you blow up on. That, you know, there's a strategy and a reason for it. Because the restaurant, in all probability, would like us to fill up on those carbs. And then by the time we get to the more expensive cuts of meat and proteins, guess what? We'll have been so full, we're not going to take too much. It is a business trick, and after all, it is a business. But you want to get more bang for your buck. Are there any strategies that you use, Steve, that you could jump in on this topic?
As a matter of fact, I have one that I use. Whenever I go into a buffet and any of your high-carb items like potatoes, rice, pasta is toward the front, I opt out. I do eat it, but not in the beginning. I will go in and I will focus on a salad first. Then I will come back through again. Nothing but vegetables. I may or may not do meat at that point. If I don't, it'll be the next go around. Now, my third attempt, that is when I will go and have some form of carb or starch on my plate, in addition to my vegetables and my meat.
Wow, that's actually pretty clever. I really like that idea. You know, I've done something similar, and I did it when I was low carbing. And the desserts were actually a separate fee. So I worked my way around it. They were giving out cream cheese. So I took cream cheese, a little bit of fresh lemon, and a little bit of artificial sweetener. I put it all together right at my sitting table where I was, and I had a cheesecake mousse. Absolutely for free. So listen, thank you, Steve, for showing up. Thanks, everybody, for viewing. Because of time constraints, we're going to have to go. But remember, you really can have your cake and eat it too. Don't get deprived. And in the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City and Steve. I'd like to thank you for your time. Don't forget to come back in the future for another show. Have a great day. Going to end with a little music. Have a great day, everybody.